Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over some things on the Way of the Hunter. It's going to be kind of a beginner's guide on culling, which animal should I take, how to tell which animal to take, what tools I can use to help determine which animals I need to take. And then we'll also be going over the sleeping clock, how long you have to be playing the game before you sleep, so you're not spamming sleep all the time, how many days are in a year, how to figure out which day of the year you're on. So this may be a slightly longer video than normal. I'm going to try to keep it relatively short, as I possibly can. Just a lot of information to go over. So stick with me, and hopefully we can get some good information out there to you guys that y'all find useful and to help y'all when selecting which animals to take from the herds. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to go over is the sleep clock. This is just like our normal clock. So when you come down to the bottom, which is midnight, after midnight starts a new day of the year. So if you sleep to 23 like this, 23, 21, you will not start a new day. But if you go on past, anytime past midnight will start a new day in the game, a new day for the year. So it's very simple. Nothing too fancy about that. The one thing I will say about it though is, let's say you have a drink zone at, let's say it's at 12. One of your drink zones, they like going to at 12 o'clock, and it's like this time here. It's 12:22. I've did my scouting for the day, and I want to go back to that zone. Well, you can only go basically 23 hours from the time you're at. You can't go a full 24 hours. So you can go to 11:22. How to stop that or remedy that? You could just go here and rest, and then you can follow that around to 12:22. Just kind of, it removes that stopping point up there at 12:22. Nothing to it, very simple. Let's carry on to let's go on to the next subject. All right, guys, we've been watching this whitetail herd here. We're going to use this herd and possibly another herd for to demonstrate herd management. So with this herd here, we have this 1-star young, and I know today, I think we have another 1-star young right here as well. Yeah. So I know today is the first day of the year. How I know that is because these young 1-stars were not in the herd yesterday. They were not in the herd, and two of these 3-star matures were 2-star adults. And I know you're kind of thinking, well, how do I find out what day of the year I'm on? Well, what I like to do is count the overall animals in a herd if you can. Like this herd here has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 deer in it. I've never seen an adverse effect in shooting does in this game. So if I look at my deer and I see one that may be a buck that may be off, the horns may be different, slightly different, whatever, something like that. And so if I took one out, then that would be 10. So at the first day of the year, whenever you reach the first day of the year, that's when new animals spawn back in on this game. So if you take one out and you go sleep, then you come back and there's not an extra deer there. Say on here there's only 10. Play the game for a little bit so you're not spamming sleep. Then you come back and sleep again, and then the next day you come back and there's 11. There's an additional deer. You know that is the first day of the year. And in this game, there are 3 days to a year. So let's say this is the first day of the year. I'll sleep, that'll be the second day. I'll sleep, that'll be the third day. And when I sleep again, that'll be the first day of the new year. And there'll be more additional deer if I decide to take one out of here. we're going to get a little closer to these guys and zoom in on them and get up real close so we can start looking at horns to help us see if there's one of those 3-star matures that we would feel comfortable taking, to see if there's any differences in how symmetrical the horns are. That's what you're looking for in this game, is horn symmetry, how even they are on both sides. Alright, so here's one of the 3-star matures in this group. He looks really, really good. Very symmetrical, looking front on. Let's check him out from the side, see how close he is to being. He looks really good. In my book, in my opinion, that's a 5-star candidate. He looks really, really, really good. So let's see if we can look at these other ones. We'll actually look at the 1-star youngs as well and see what they look like. So here's one of the 1-star youngs. You can see he's not very symmetrical. His brow tines aren't even, and his main beams, the ends are not the same. One's higher than the other. He is not symmetrical at all, or not as near symmetrical as the other ones. So just by looking at this, I would say if I was going to shoot one out of this herd, this would be the guy to shoot, just to get him out. As you can see, here's a little better shot. Let me look up a little bit. But yeah, you can see how the tips of his main beams are not even. So that's a very good example of being able to come look at these deer at the horns like this and finding out which one to shoot. So normally you wouldn't shoot a 1-star young unless you've really looked at the horns like that. Whereas you can see how even this guy is. He's pretty much a mirror image on both sides. Very, very close. This 1-star young here, just he's not going to have the genetic fitness that this guy's going to have. So what we'll do is I'll see if I can get in position and we can take this one. We'll go ahead and shoot him, and we'll see what fitness it is. Now he still may be like a 75 or so. He may still be considered a high fitness animal, but he's not going to be 5-star potential. Tell you what, we'll shoot him in the head. He's 70.88. So we'll look at these horns again. This is why looking at horns is so vital to this game, for judging genetics. 'Cause that's what this game is based off of, is genetics, nothing else. Weight doesn't have an involvement in it. It's strictly genetics. So the higher genetics, the more symmetrical the horns. This guy right here, nowhere near symmetrical. 70.88. He probably would have made a great 3-star, great 3, maybe a great 4-star deer. But that's not what we're after. We're trying to get rid of these guys so that possibly the next deer that spawns in will be higher genetics. Alright guys, we're back on that. Here's that herd again. This is after we've slept. So as you can tell, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deer. So we know yesterday when I shot that one young one, we had 11. So we know that we haven't started a new year yet. Now I do not know, I cannot remember which one of these 3-stars. I had one that was a 3-star, and 2 of these were still adults. And now we have 2 3-star matures, and the other 3-star did not change to a 4-star. So I do not know if he's going to make a 5-star. We'll continue to watch. But I'd like to get a little closer to this guy and see what he looks like, see if he actually has potential. Alright guys, so this little guy right here is nowhere near 5-star potential. He's a dud. He is nowhere near symmetrical. He's terrible looking. I would put him probably around 50, between 40 and 55% on fitness. That's just my guess. He may be worse than that. He looks really bad. So we'll go ahead and get him out. So that'll bring the herd total down to 9. Let's see what he was. He was higher than what I was, way higher than what I expected. He's 68. Nowhere near 5-star potential. So he was another good one to get out of that herd. Alright, so we're back on our whitetail herd again. I just slept. So we have slept twice. And we still have 9 deer in a herd. So we should not be at the beginning of a year. Nothing's changed in the herd. Looks like we still have 2 3-stars. And we got, 3 3-star matures. And we got 6 does. We'll run around and then we'll come back and check on them tomorrow. Alright guys, we're back on this herd. We just slept and we have started a new year. So the first day of the year, this is the first day of the new year. Now you can see we have a young 1-star whitetail. There's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There should be 11. Yeah, see there's a second 1-star young over there in the middle of all that. And the 2 3-stars, 2 of the 3-stars have turned into 4-star. And this other 3-star, he has stayed a 3-star. He did not change. So that's how you tell what day of the year you're on. Pick a herd, shoot an animal out of it, shoot a couple animals out of it, and then start your sleeping. So remember, then just watch the herd count. Count all the animals in the herd after you shoot them. Double count, triple count, and make sure you see them all. Sometimes they hide really good in the bushes. Then you start sleeping. Explore the map, sleep. Explore the map, sleep. Check on your herd. See if any's been added. If there's a deer that's been added, you know you're at the first day of the new year. Alright guys, so I went ahead and skipped another day and I started a new year. So this is the first day of the new year. Here's our whitetail herd. Oh yeah, we got 1 5-star down there. Let's see what we have. Let's see where the other ones are. Now I did shoot that 3-star mature, so he won't be in there. So we got 1 5-star for sure. Let's go see what else. Let's check them all out. Now, I gotta be careful of my wind. What I do sometimes for my windage like this, I'll find where they're at and I'll put a marker out there. Then you can look at your map. You can see where your scent stops. So it kind of gives you an idea about how close you can get. Just another neat little deal. So there's one 5-star whitetail. I don't know. Thought I saw one walking back this way. He may have crossed back over on the creek. So that may be all we have. Dirt nap, 200 yards on a 5-star. Let's go get him. This 870 slug gun is awesome. I have a video on it. Shoot deer from 50 all the way out to 250 yards, and it dirt naps almost every time. If you make a good shot, chances are it's going to dirt nap it. And see, that wasn't even a great shot. Right lung, stomach, a little bit of liver. Wasn't that great of a shot. Right at 200 yards. 92.69. Very, 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 very symmetrical rack. So there we go. That is why we herd manage right there. To help increase the production of 5-star, 4-star, and 5-star deer in your herd. Yeah, there's the latest 5-star addition to the lodge. That's why we do the herd management right there. That way we can put nice trophies on the walls and have fun doing it and understand the game a little bit better, how it works and how you can use the game for your advantage. So just to recap, we went over the clock real quick and we went over how many days there are in a year. There are 3 days in a year. Day 1 is when you first find new spawned in animals into the herds. That's day 1. When you sleep, you go to day 2. When you sleep, you go to day 3. That next time you sleep will be day 1 of the new year. It helps tremendously. Once you figure out what day 1 is, write it down on a piece of paper. Just put a 1. That way the next time you sleep, cross the 1 out and put a 2. That's how I do it. It really helps. Just a simple little note, nothing fancy. Then we have how to figure out which one we're going to shoot. Look at the horns. Do not go off of just, now if it's a 1-star mature, yeah, go ahead and shoot that. A 2-star mature, be careful. It depends on the life cycle of the animal. If that animal has 8 years in mature, don't shoot a 2-star mature. Let it grow. You don't know. Watch it. But on, like, for the mule deers, the elk, whitetail, I'm not sure if it works on bighorn sheep or mountain goats, but anything that has antlers with multiple points, check symmetry. Symmetry is super important in this game. It's what helps separate the ones that need to be culled from the ones that you need to potentially grow out to shoot. That's what this game is built on, antler symmetry. You can use calls. As I've said before, you can use calls to separate the low fitness animals. That's a super easy way. If you don't want to use calls and you want to do strictly off of antlers, antler growth and how they look, you need to be able to zoom in real close. So you need to be able to do this right here. I'm sorry. The Say Cheese. Go to Transylvania, get all the collectibles. I also have another video on that as well. Check it out. Shows you where all the locations are. All you gotta do is drive there. It takes a picture automatically. I believe it's 7 locations. Check that out. That helps a whole lot. You don't have to get as close to the animals in photo mode. Let me know in the comments anything else you'd like to see in a video. I really hope this has helped y'all understand the game a little bit better, how it works. I understand it's probably a little longer video than what you normally like watching, but I appreciate you watching. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me as well. Be greatly appreciated.